everybody? It's Tyrone Tann here on StarRosEntertainment.tv, Indie100.com radio, and UBN. And I just want to say thank you to all the listeners from around the world. Attila, are you ready for the hard-hitting question?
I'll do my best.
Okay, the hard-hitting question we start off with is, where were you born and raised?
Well, first of all, thank you very much for having us here. I love the energy. It is fantastic. Very nice to meet you as well.
Yes.
And, well, originally I'm from the place called Yugoslavia.
Okay.
That country doesn't exist anymore. When I was growing up, it was a big war that lasted 10 years, and the war separated the country into seven smaller countries like Serbia, Croatia, Slovenia, and I happened to be born on the Serbian part.
Oh, wow.
And I consider myself half Serbian, half Hungarian.
Oh, wow. Wow, okay. And
Super excited, also very nervous.
oh, wow, is this your first premiere?
Well, it is the first premiere of the movie that I directed, and the reason I'm nervous is because I put so much heart and soul in it, and screening it in front of so many people, I already feel like completely naked, exposed, and
So Attila Korosi, what got you involved, or what inspired you to get into filmmaking? Did you always know you wanted to do that? And
well, I did movies because people said it's impossible and just want to do it to prove them wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But actually, since I was a kid, I always wanted to do movies.
Okay.
My dad had a very successful VHS business back in time, so I grew up watching Western movies, American movies. And my dad actually, he really wanted to be a director, but then the war happened, and back home we don't have a professional military, so the military came to our house, they picked him up and they took him to the battlefield, and that was over his dream with being a director.
Got it. Wow.
So I guess I subconsciously followed into his footsteps, and I promised myself that I'm gonna make a movie in Los Angeles.
So was there any filmmakers that inspired you, or was it your dad or someone else?
Well, I grew up like watching lots of international directors like Bergman, like Kurosawa, the old Soviet great directors like Tarkovsky, for example. But I feel like art is something that shouldn't be imitated as much, and I feel like I didn't get influenced as much by those directors. Instead, I spent lots of times by myself, digging deep within myself, trying to find my own voice and to contribute something. Dare I say, something fresh to this industry.
So you got in, and then when did you come to the U.S., so to speak, or when did you start the filmmaking career?
Well, I came to U.S. in 2007, and that was a journey how to come to America, because at the time it was still war, and the people of my country, they burned down the U.S. embassy. So it was really challenging to come over to the States. So, I was thinking, because since my family has no money and no connection to the States, what is the best way to come over here? And I figured out, I heard that US universities are offering full scholarship to prospective student athletes. So I was like, if I want to become a filmmaker, first I'm going to become a runner. And then through running, hopefully I'm going to become good enough to get a scholarship. So I started running because that is the cheapest sport. Yeah. You don't need coach, you don't need nothing,
That's smart.
Yeah. You just need the shoes, you just need to have determined and crazy, and you just run all day.
Well, could you run? Were you end up being a good runner?
So yeah, I became a national champion of Serbia.
Were you end up being a good runner?
So yeah, I became a national champion of Serbia under 19 years of old. Yeah, thank you.
Respect, brother.
Thank you. So, I was good enough to earn a full scholarship, came to Indie100 University, and that's how I came to the States.
Awesome. Well, cool. And then what about yourself?
Well, the movie Live and Die in East LA is said to be one of the most daring films ever to come out of Los Angeles. And the movie is it follows a boy, a 13-year-old boy, Daniel, who grows up in East LA neighborhood, and he wants to be an astronaut. He wants to be an astronaut, but he's surrounded with gang members. He's surrounded by, a pretty harsh and tough life. And the movie really answers the question, asks the questions, what if he wasn't born there? Would his life be different? Is there a thing called destiny? Is there a thing called fate? What is fate? What predetermines our life? If this guy really wants to study hard and be an astronaut, even though he's growing up in a gang community, does he have a chance, is the chance depend on him alone or his environment. So it's an action thriller, but it also has like a deeper layer of philosophical questions that I think can be both attractive to younger audiences as well as, and just being in Los Angeles. I mean, you guys, it's the best city in the world, I dare say, and I lived on 3 different continents. Los Angeles is amazing. It's so diverse, it's so colorful, beautiful cultures. And I love the spirit of the people here. And the more I stayed here, the more I experienced the Los Angeles life, and the more I interacted with the real native Angelinos, the more in love I got in their cultures, And I was really surprised, I must say, by their attitude. They were like so warm and welcoming. They weren't afraid of me having an accent, and I wasn't afraid of going to Watts neighborhood or East LA. I mean, you get what you give, and I think we both responded to each other's energy, and we became very good friends.
And what would you like the audience to take away from watching your film that premieres again on demand, video on demand, August 4th?
If there is one thing I would like the audience to take away from my film, is to hold each other accountable for our decisions. Yeah.
All right. And then Attila Korosi, director, producer of the new movie Live and Die in East LA, which is premiering on video on demand August 4th. I had to plug that. So what drives you when you're not doing the directing and producing?
What do I like to do?
Yeah.
I like working out. I go to the gym very often because I believe, in healthy body, healthy mind, and vice versa. So I like spending time in the nature, and I just like spending time alone because I feel like, the time spent alone, I can reflect of who I am, like learn about myself, my weaknesses, my strength, and I feel the more I know who I am, the more I can contribute to society.
Very
simple as that.
Deep soul there. You're gonna be a fan letter.
I was just thinking, whoa.
Asking you to marry them and stuff. How about yourself? Inspiring words of wisdom can you give to someone out there that maybe wants to do what you do, be a director, producer, or just follow their dreams in general?
Well, there's nothing special that I can tell you besides just like you already know. Just don't stop, keep doing what you're doing. It's simple as that. But when the punch hits you, when life tries to knock you out, just remember those words, keep going forward. And the more you want to accomplish something, you're gonna break through. There's nothing else to it.